Hey there, everybody. Jay Marino here. Welcome back. It's Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. We've destroyed the 2 shield generators on Brio, exposing the seed, meaning we can fly to the Leviathan and hopefully destroy it. So that's step 1. Get back to our ship. Okay, we've already scanned you. Again, these things also go into Hypermode, so I usually preemptively will Hypermode to kill them. See ya. And soon we'll be able to escape the laggy mess that is Brio. I mean, in general, the Metroid Prime 3 stutters a lot, but at least it doesn't crash. But Brio is the worst, I think. The worst of the different zones. In my experience. Alright, let's do it. Brio Seed. I quite like all of the seed bosses. They're pretty unique. They utilize the motion control stuff pretty well. Specifically in terms of aiming. It's not just like motion control gimmicks, it's more just using motion controls to actually have to hit moving targets. Alright, well, I guess let's see what some of this weird stuff is. Semi-sentient organic structure, phase and tentacles are harmful, but its top can be safely touched. One of many glands that is capable of generating massive quantities of phasin. Parasitic fungus relies on the seed for sustenance. It is saturated with phasin, but not yet harmful. So there's actually an achievement to kill all of these little guys crawling around. I guess what I'll do is I'll do it off camera. I'll just make a cut here, and then I'll come back when I'm about to complete it. Okay, just about got them all. I did get the 400 kills trophy while doing this as well, as expected, because there are so many of these things. There's one left. Where you at, buddy? There he is. Exterminator. Alright, so now we can go and fight the actual boss. You could technically do this in any of the Leviathans, so I just figured I'd get it out of the way here at the beginning. Okay, we get the Phasin door. And we have to use Hypermode to take these things out. There it is. Ancient Reptilicus War Golem appears to be receiving energy from the core of the seed. Large amounts of concentrated phasin are pouring out from the seed's core and onto the golem. Mogenar. Ancient Reptilicus War Golem. Orbs appear to be source of power. Corrupted War Golem reanimated and energized with Phazon. Relies on socketed energy orbs as a source of power. The orbs themselves have a fragile exterior but contain pure Phazon energy within. This energy must be completely overloaded before it will be destroyed. Eliminating all sources is the only way to bring Mogenar offline. Alright, so we just pick an orb and go for it. He switches them around. But once we destroy it, it will make the corresponding socket vulnerable. Like this. Every time you break something as well, it drops Phazon, so you can recharge a little bit. Okay, now we get some things on his feet. Phazon crystals are powering a protective barrier. An explosion near his feet could probably destroy them. That's what the Morph Ball bombs are for. So we'll just let him charge at us. It's quite hard, actually, to get very close to the feet without touching them. So, it's fine. I just take the L, take the damage. And let's start hypermoding these orbs. Makes it go a little bit faster. There we go. 2 down. Let's run in and grab our energy back while he's getting his boots put on. It's again, the hitbox for the feet is surprisingly large. Okay, very nice. And there's one on his back, too. That will become easier to destroy later. Okay, now the ceiling's going to start falling. Come on. I guess I could force myself to stay in hyper mode, but for the sake of trying to save some energy. There we go, that's 3. We're doing okay on health for now. As long as we make an effort to pick some up each time. Every time I can get in there and bomb his feet without getting hit is like a miracle to me. I've done it. Okay, the last one's on his back. So he starts charging us a lot more. If I overload in hyper mode this time, that would be fine. Alright, just charge at me, buddy. I don't need you jumping. There we go, and that did it. We've done it. Mogenar defeated. Hyperball online. So this is a Hypermode version of the Morph Ball. And it's really cool, but just not that many uses for it.
Brio is now saved from further Phazon corruption. Thank you, Samus. Your next objective will be Elysia. Though Gore is stationed there, the Leviathan's Phazon contamination is still spreading. The impact point is hidden deep within the storm clouds of this planet. You will not be able to reach its location. Instead, you may land near an automated research facility floating high above the surface, where GF Aurora Unit 217 is stationed. Unit 217 has been infected by the corruption virus, and is currently offline. I have uploaded a program to your suit that will purge any traces of corruption in the AU, and restore its functionality. Once Unit 217 has been restored, it will help us find a way to destroy the Leviathan. We are concerned about Gore ever since he lost contact with us. We hope he is safe. Good luck, Samus.
Alright, so off to Elysia. Kind of an eerie coincidence. We lose contact with Rundus. Next thing we know, he's possessed. Now we're losing contact with Gore. Alright, to the main docking bay. Elysia might be my favorite zone of this game. It's just so calming with the ambient music and such. It's just a really nice zone. So let's just start by getting our typical scans here. Item caches. And there's some robots flying around we want to grab. Transportation drones. Little maintenance bots. We're going to let them do their work. No need to kill those. They don't deserve it. They're just working hard. Alright, these are data bots. I'm going to shoot these.
Samus, your highest priority is to get Skytown's Aurora unit back online. It will help you find a way to reach the seed. We will upload its coordinates to you now. Proceed with caution. Gore's whereabouts and disposition are still unknown.
Alright, thank you for now allowing me to play again. So our first Elysia databot, creators. I am Elysian, descendant of both the Chozo and the First. I am facing the last moments of my life and transferring my memory to the datapod. In a way, our chronicle began nearly 1,500 years ago. That was when our noble creators, the Chozo, began to build that which would become our home, a place of exploration and knowledge floating in the clouds of planet Elysia, a fitting home for its great Chozo builders. They built many linked hovering pods. In time, they formed a net in the skies across the globe, instruments peering out in all directions, studying the cosmos. We did not exist then. Only the Chozo walked these hallowed halls. To the distant stars they looked, and a great many things they discovered, including that which would later spell grim disaster for us all. So we're going to learn a little bit about Elysia. Let's scan the doors. Okay, blue Elysia door complete. Let's use our new Hyper Ball. So this place was built by the Chozo before they settled on Talon 4, I believe. So we're able to zoom around on the zip lines, which is research. So don't hit anything, you'll fall off and have to start over. So I'm really sorry, maintenance bot. You're the only one that I'm gonna shoot. But you were right in the way, buddy. I really like these tin bots. They're just so charming, and they've got their little sci-fi pistols. They're so cute. Missiles instantly kill them because it blasts them away. Another data bot. Gift. Several decades passed for the Chozo here at Elysia. The harsh winds and storms began to take their toll on the station, and upkeep began to take up more and more of their precious time. Seeing a need for assistance, they created us. The first Elysian, built by Chozo hands, stepped out of the Mechanicreche 1,450.82 years ago. Crude by our current standards, the first was soon given the greatest gift of all by the Chozo. To better assist the creators, the first was given self-awareness. To all other Elysians, the first shared the Chozo gift. This event marks year one of the Elysian Reckoning. So all the bots here were created by the Chozo to help them maintain the station. Alright, so that guy's a real jerk. We'll have to deal with him later. Ow! That's just what I imagine every time Samus gets, like, blasted through the kinetic orb cannon. She's just like, ah, shit! Cannon systems online. Let's scan the actual kinetic orb cannon for research. Very nice. Now, this is the first time I'm reading all the lore, really for the entire trilogy, so it's neat to learn all about Brio, and now we're going to be learning about Skytown and such. Alright, here we go. Now, there is a way to cheese this. If you enter Hypermode after you start ziplining, even if you run into stuff, you won't fall off. So I might be doing that later, but for now, We'll play the mini game. Never sticks around long enough to get scanned. Okay, missile expansion under the floor. Chozo hand scanner. Ow! Oh my god. And we need the spider ball to get that upgrade, so it's gonna whir at us every time we come through here. Beep boop warp. Okay, well, we'll scan him in a bit. So these are the steam bots. They're not quite tin bots. They're a little harder to kill. And we want to break them apart. By breaking them apart, it forces the Steam Lord to show himself, and he'll try to put them back together. So this is the Steam Lord, repairs fallen steam bots capable of cloaking itself. Steam Lords command the worker drones of Skytown. They also repair them when they malfunction or break down. Lightly armored, they rely on their cloaking field to evade their enemies. They will only uncloak to attack or repair fallen steam bots, which can still be detected with an advanced visor system while hidden. Well, we don't have that, so we're just going to go ahead in hyper mode and blast away where we can. And if we get overloaded, that's absolutely fine. Just take our shots. We might want him to start rebuilding one to force him to stay on the map a little bit longer. We're about to vent. Oh, hyper mode failure, you jerk. Come on. There we go. So as usual, we can pretty much abuse hyper mode. He also drops an energy tank, which is quite nice. But the whole idea with him is you want to break the bots, which forces him out of hiding because he has to rebuild them. But every time you damage him, he's going to flee. Discovery. The Chozo were watchers, studying the depths of space tirelessly to quench their thirst for knowledge. From this facility, they launched observation satellites, firing them into the heavens towards distant worlds. These satellites returned information that allowed them to analyze the various phenomena occurring across the cosmos. Through this process, they were able to satisfy their intellectual appetite one planet at a time. One day, a Chozo searcher happened upon a very rare discovery. A once-thought-lost satellite delivered information on a distant world. It was incredibly far away, even by Chozo reckoning. Study of the stellar object revealed that it was in many ways a planet, and yet also sentient, alive. This chance event was brief, and the information being collected was lost before the true identity of the planet was revealed. Now, that's going to be very important. We're going to learn more about that. Okay, that other door, we can't progress any further through, so I'm not even going to bother. Good work, maintenance bots. Keep it up. new maintenance bot. This poor little guy, he's got one wheel. You're doing the Lord's work, buddy. Alright, there's a save station behind us. We can hit that on the way back. We don't need to go there now, though. So there's the AU chamber, but we can't get in there. It's locked. So we'll just keep going. We need the boost ball. So these Sky Puffers, they have an obnoxiously large hitbox, so I typically will just blow them up every time I come through this room, which is a lot, unfortunately. And then this is a little eerie. Gore's powered battle armor. Suit is expanded and empty. Engines have recently been used. So we can go left or right off of this big spire dock. We're going to go to the right. There's a lot to do to the left, but we can't progress very far, so we'll go that way later. Like, I almost feel bad. They just get blasted away. Another one of these jerks. Got some new enemies here. Dragoon battle drones. I have returned. So these we tear apart, just like the adult Gragnolls on Brio. Or we just run by them like we'll be doing later. Missile expansion. That's a pretty well hidden one, though. It's a lot of them you can find simply by listening for the whirring noise. Oh, jeez. It's falling apart. Just keep going, Samus. So you get an achievement, you want to just run by those and break the bridge. Stylish kill. Also, I like how as soon as you break the bridge, the Steam Lord just pieces out. He's like, well, not much else can be done here. And he just leaves. Get out the way. Now in this room, the coveted Shriekbat scan. But actually they're too far away and we can't scan them here. We'll be able to get them in another room though. So for now we're just going to shoot them, get rid of them so that they're not messing us up later. Now we can grapple over. Take a moment to reposition ourselves here. Juking him. Oh, I don't actually know what killed that one. I didn't do that. Another bot. Slumber. By the year 600, we of Elysia were low on critical supplies and fuel. We created smaller mechanoids to process fuel from the atmosphere of Elysia, but they proved too unable to produce a sufficient supply. Unable to search the necessary resources to sustain ourselves, we entered a state of hibernation to preserve our remaining stores of energy and parts. While we slumbered, the data collected by the station's equipment was fed to us in dreams. During this long period of sleep, we had many dreams. Countless great events came to us, including a reunion with our creators, who had come to call a new planet their home. It was not long before disaster struck. A stellar object hit planet Talon 4, bringing with it a catastrophic corruption that sent the Chozo world into chaos. We watched helplessly as our creators perished, the few survivors fleeing to an unknown location. Powerless, we slept, and in our dreams we lamented the death of our creators. This was our final vision, after which we were never able to see our creators again. Alright, I think we have arrived. There it is. But of course it has to be a trap. Defense drone antennas appear to be fragile control unit inside armored helmet. The defense drone is used to secure key areas within Skytown. The externally mounted antennas are tied into the unit's optic array. By destroying all of the antennas, the optic array will overload and be vulnerable for a short period. The machine's control unit is also vulnerable, but must be exposed to be targeted. Its armor is immune to small arms fire. Okay, so let's focus on the antenna first. Just like 2 or 3 power beam shots, I think, disables them. Grapple lasso to expose the weak point. Pretty common here. That was pretty solid. We're about to overload, I think, but that's all right. Sounds like we're about to vent. It's all right. We'll just go right back into it. We have enough energy tanks to sustain this, so I'm just gonna keep it up. It already closed again. That did it. Boost ball online. So now we can utilize the kinetic energy within the spinners to power stuff, specifically to get in and talk to the AU unit. So it's really just a timing test to make sure that you can keep spinning for a certain amount of time. It is a long time, though, and we have to do that several times, so... It's a little unfortunate, but it's all right. Once again, we could say goodbye to the Dragoon battle drones. Want to make sure we destroy this and go down this way. So that way it's open for the next time we come back, because we eventually can turn that elevator on and go up the other way. But if you stop spinning, then the whole thing resets. Eventually we'll have to do it vertically, which is a little harder, but at least it doesn't reset if you mess it up, so that's something. Okay, there are bots in here somewhere. We gotta find them. I think they're this way. This is really important. It's an achievement, but it's also really funny. I love doing that. I love it. I just sort of feel bad for the tin bots because there are so many ways that you can easily dispatch of them, but the boost ball is easily the most fun. Alright, Gore's suit is still here. No sign of him. Bonk. I feel like I'm taking a chance every time I try to jump past those without killing all of them. Alright, so let's give this a shot.
The Aurora unit is corrected and requires repair. Opening maintenance level hatch.
Alright, so we have to go down here and apply the vaccine. As we've learned, these guys are a joke. There aren't too many opportunities to use missiles in any effective way offensively, so now's the time, I'd say. Use them when you can. Kills, clocked in on the tin bots. Vaccine successfully uploaded. AU phase and corruption level at 0%.
This turbulence is insignificant. I'll show you what I mean. Up there! The network's been severed. You have no chance of destroying the seed unless you restore the Aurora unit.
Alright, so he flees like a coward. The Aurora unit is up and running, but it is now disconnected from the rest of Elysia.
What a terrible dream Thank you for purging our Phazon corruption and allowing us to awaken. There is much to do. We have communed with AU-242 on Olympus, and learned that a Leviathan impacted Elysia and began spreading corruption. We must destroy this Leviathan and stem the tide of corruption as soon as possible. We have a plan, but Gore's attack severed key communication cables, disrupting our access to Skytown's primary network. This prevents us from controlling Skytown and executing our plan to destroy the Leviathan. Gore's plasma cannon should be able to fuse together the severed cables. We must ask you to hunt him down. Gore may have changed, Samus. Be prepared to deal with that. Good luck.
Alright. Well, we've got another friend to kill. We know that Gore's suit was over on the Spire dock, but I know that he is in the other direction. So we're just gonna go in the other direction. And we can hit this save station that we skipped earlier. I think this is a good spot to stop. Next time, we're gonna get that plasma cannon from Gore. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time as we go further into Elysia. See y'all!